I am the Minotaur.
What?
Drop all your valuables and flee in terror.
Welcome to MojoPlays, and today we're looking at Assassin's Creed quests you might have missed completely.
Before we begin, we publish new content all week long, so be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos.
Birds of a Feather, Assassin's Creed Odyssey.
Tell me where to look, and I'll bring you these treasures.
You'll get this long quest from Xenia during your time on the Pirate Islands, where you need to go for the story to find Cassandra's long-lost mother. Talk to Xenia later on, and she'll ask you to help her find the Golden Feather of Ajax, a rare treasure of antiquity, and will pay you handsomely for your trouble. And it is a lot of trouble, because you have to follow numerous, vague maps around Greece to try and find the one location that actually has the feather. Xenia will then have more treasure hunts for you, until you've eventually completed 5 long quests, netting you a trophy. It's not a hard quest to find, but we'll bet a lot of you didn't finish the first one, let alone all 5. Desmond's Audio, Assassin's Creed Valhalla.
But he did have some interesting insights into his time in the Animus, and what it means to be an assassin.
If you got to the end of Valhalla, you'll know that Desmond's virtual ghost reappears in the Grey, as an entity named the Reader. But he appears elsewhere in the game too, in hidden audio files Layla can examine when she leaves the Animus. It's not necessarily a quest, but it's easy to miss and offers a lot of insight into Desmond as a character.
They're like complete memories of small moments that appear suddenly out of nowhere, fully formed. It's a strange feeling.
He talks to Sean about how he wishes he'd been able to choose the assassins instead of being born into them, and that if free will is so important, he should be allowed to choose the Templars. It's fascinating to hear these two assassins debate the elements of their creed.
I'm not special, Bex. I'm lucky.
A Gift from the Gods, Assassin's Creed Origins. Final Fantasy XV was already a year old by this point, but that didn't stop Ubisoft from adding a tie-in to Assassin's Creed Origins. It was added months after launch in a free update, giving you the quest A Gift from the Gods. Bayek needs to solve a relatively simple puzzle after seeing a meteorite land in the desert, as long as you're there at the right time of day, and then he can open a hidden tomb and encounter Arden. Bahamut will also appear briefly, and when it's all over, Bayek can pick up the Ultima Blade and the extremely powerful Xedrith Shield. And of course, you'll also get a Chocobo mount. The King of Shitz, Assassin's Creed Valhalla.
Is someone there?
You'll find this mystery in southern Lincolnshire, in an otherwise pleasant area of the countryside. Break into an old church and you'll find around 100 human skulls and a suspiciously brown muddy throne. Eivor names the settlement Shitsby, though the king himself calls it Crowland.
Of Shitsby. Yes, I know your type.
Insolent spirit! Kill this usurper!
This, unsurprisingly, enrages him, and he sends a gauntlet of soldiers to fight you. It's an easy fight, but Eivor's jokes at the king's expense make it a memorable encounter. You kill the king and take his crown made of twigs for yourself, and it looks like you're the King of Shitsby now.
Fools. The thrall of an absent king. Pitiful.
Temple of a Million Years, Assassin's Creed Origins.
Metopolis was sacrificed to the gods by the ancients, so the rest of the Nile could be granted to the realm of men.
This ancient ruin has been almost completely buried by the sand, making it hard to find unless you know what you're looking for. During the quest The New Kid in Town, Bayek will be asked to study 3 different sets of hieroglyphs in order to decipher directions to the long-lost Temple of a Million Years. Once in the temple, which is southwest of Letopos in the eastern part of Egypt, you'll uncover the truth of how the temple was abandoned as a sacrifice to Sekhmet, the lion goddess who sends the wrath of the desert to blight the people of Egypt. Just watch out for the wild lions that roam the area. Merciful Gods, Assassin's Creed Odyssey. During the early game quest Hungry Gods, you'll overhear a woman praying to Hermes and offering everything she has as a tribute to him. But you'll learn that it's not Hermes in the cave at all, but some bandits taking the offerings for themselves. Afterwards, another quest will open up to help the woman, whose cart has broken down. meaning she can't make money anymore and is struggling to feed herself. Cassandra can put the treasure she stole from the bandits in the woman's home, secretly helping her to get back on her feet and help her family. It's a small quest and a rare human moment in a game like this.
Looks like these new baskets were off to market. Until the cart broke.
Isu Armor, Assassin's Creed Origins. Early on in the game, you may be confused at being told there's a tomb to find underneath the Great Sphinx, but you won't be able to access it until you've completed all 12 stone circles. Then, you'll discover that it holds a powerful Isu Armor, but you need 50 silica to get it. This means you have to go around Egypt and complete many, if not all, of the ancient tombs, especially because other Isu ruins around Egypt also consume silica to watch Isu holograms. It's a long, arduous process to get all the stone circles and all the silica you need to get that armor, by which point you might not even have much use for it. Finding the Necronomicon, Assassin's Creed Mirage. This is the only unmarked collectible in Mirage, and the final lost book. You can miss it entirely if you're only following the treasure map too. But if you take your time to explore the ancient ruins southeast of Baghdad, you'll find a set of ominous letters from an unnamed scholar, slowly going mad as he studies the stars and encounters Yog-Sothoth. Read the messages and use a fire pot to blow up some rubble, and you'll find the Necronomicon itself, which you can then return to the House of Wisdom for a reward. Because this last lost book is unmarked, this is perhaps the trickiest quest to complete in the entire game.
The Book of the Dead. It is death to all who read it.
What lies below the surface? Assassin's Creed Odyssey.
Look, brother! The final member of our Minotaur hunting party has arrived! When the beast sees our assembled might, he will moo miserably in fear!
While the story will eventually take you to the real Minotaur boss underneath Crete, you can do this other quest much sooner, where Cassandra is promised a chance to slay the legendary creature. This is easily one of the funniest quests in the game, as, lo and behold, it's not a real Minotaur at all. It's just a guy in a taxidermy hat pretending to be the formidable monster. You'll eventually have to chase him down and prove he's a liar and a conman. You can, however, let the Minotaur go at the end, if you take sympathy on the fact he's an old friend of Cassandra.
Be brave, Leandros.
Bravery, yes. You're right, Mistios. No matter what, I must be there for my Amara.
Tombs of the Fallen, Assassin's Creed Valhalla.
What satyr is this?
These tombs were added to Valhalla post-launch, and they're large dungeons that test your puzzle-solving abilities. Not only are the tombs themselves large and time-consuming to complete, but they're also hard to find at all. A large beam of light will appear over their entrances when you scout the area with your Raven, but it doesn't show up in the map or when you're in normal free roam. This means you might end up referring to a guide to find the tombs, since there's minimal indication otherwise of where they are. The tombs belong to various historical figures who appear as ghosts to talk to Eivor about who they were and why they've been honored in these tombs.
Chief of the Iceni died. The Romans broke their promise to us. They took our lands, cattle, crops, our horses, and boats.
Let us know in the comments which of these quests you found.
This is not Egyptian.
Check out these other great clips from MojoPlays, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos.